will have the ball first. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes. And so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Turner. Snags it, and he's open. Touchdown, Tigers. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If we can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a touchdown pass from 59 yards out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 5. The Commodores' offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Trying to impose their will with the run. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on third down. Back to throw, it's Carter. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on third down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
They kick it away on fourth down. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Looking downfield on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the counter. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
He'll keep it on second down. They knock him down, but not before he picks up a first down for Auburn. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The option look. And the ball is free on the pitch. Bounced right back to them.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Quarterback may change this route. Brown wants to pass. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
Moves around to clear up the vision. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Using his legs, it's Alexander. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Nice move to keep running. Maybe a crease. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. The Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. Off play action. He makes the grab. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a man. It's Carter. Just missed on the connection. Incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Quick completion on the out. Just keeps moving. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Commodores are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times, those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times, good things happen.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Quickly complete. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead as we get a look at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. back on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Got his man.
Take the profit, right? Pitch and catch. Defense in zone coverage. Receivers got some access. Just spit it out to him. Let him catch it and advance and get what he can get.
Brown will throw it. Got his man. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
This is a receiver who's so dangerous once he has the football in his hands. That's a simple slant pass, but after he catches it, he's able to work in the middle of the field, finds the open green, and get the 1st down.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. So now it's 2nd and long. Right back to it. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Auburn hopes to get War Eagle flying in this red zone trip. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. He's got his man. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. The Commodores signal for a timeout. It's their 1st. Might have a chance. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Timeout taken by Vanderbilt. That's their 2nd. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the 1st down. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Vanderbilt takes his 3rd and final timeout. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle, looking for the score. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Brown wants to pass. Touchdown, Auburn! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? To the air on first down. Here's a heat. And it's a sack.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, hard to believe we're a full month into the season. A lot of action in college football here in Week 4. We begin with UAB taking on the number 20 team, the Navy Midshipmen. And it's the Blazers with a double-digit lead. You can't count out the opposition, but I'd say the defense looks awfully stout so far. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. And now to your game at Jordan-Hare Stadium. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Pat Dye Field in Jordan-Hare.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Guys, I did catch up with the Vanderbilt head coach at halftime. They are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Scanning the field, it's Carter. Hauls it in. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down. He's got it. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. The run inside. It's Alexander. Pushes ahead for one. It's 2nd and 9. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Alexander. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
I love the type of throw there by the quarterback, throwing to his running back on that angle route. That cannot be a bullet throw. He just puts enough air on it, makes it an easy catch for his running back on the move. Running back makes the grab, and he's able to advance it.
The keeper on the option.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Well, going RPO on that second down, the idea was they were going to have to throw and try to get a big chunk of yards to maybe get the first or set up third and short, but no problem because your quarterback's playing smart football right now. He takes off running when no one's there. Now you've given yourself a...
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. Took it all the way back to the house.
Great play by the defense, taking that back for a pick six. And as a quarterback, if you're going to throw to your running back, you've got to be accurate with it. Remember, they are not receivers. And if you make it difficult and tricky, bad things happen, and it did right there.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. What a brain cramp. He just lost track of the play clock and gets hit with delay of game on a two-point conversion attempt. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Carter. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
That's a play the quarterback just has to get his feet set and then step into his throw. That's a big target he's throwing to. He shouldn't miss that pass, but he did because he was throwing off his back leg.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Wide open, and it's a foot race. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. It'll be 3rd and long. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down and one that did not pay off. They'll try the run. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They'll give him 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 7. This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Carter. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And the Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. With the catch, it's Adams. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the 1st down marker on the screen.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest.
Caught, and he's got room. Touchdown, Commodores! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Got a man. It's Turner. They bring him down. He's got a 1st down, but that might be the final play of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Running inside. It's Cobb. And it took the defense a bit to get a handle on him. A little slippery with all those juke moves. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Keeps it on the option. Looks as if Auburn will have enough for the 1st down. They've got a 1st down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. The give and tick, 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 tick. You want to talk about light on your feet. Man, can he get through there. He's down to the 37.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the 1st down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Gets it to him on the screen. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a 1st down. The Commodores signal for a timeout. It's their 1st. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The run inside. It's Cobb. Timeout taken by Vanderbilt. That's their second. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can...
There's a crease. Vanderbilt takes his third and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. On the option. He'll pitch it. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points...
And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. How about this strong safety here, just trusting his gut and going and making a play on the quarterback?
And you can't coach that. A lot of times people see things or they don't and understand, I can go get him right now. I can understand the situation. There's all kinds of guys throughout history that just have a great feel. He had a great feel on that play, went to the quarterback, got the sack.
The quick out. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
This is one of those unique situations in a game as a head coach. You're trying to feel the momentum, and what's your confidence in your quarterback? Because you've got fourth, you're in field goal range, but...
Makes the grab and room to run.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy late in games that you know you can trust. Game on the line. Just need to get one first down. And Palmer, they can run it. They can play it safe. But they give it to their dude, and he delivers.
And that's a play that they can run in their sleep, too. Something they practice all week long. They carry it in their playbook each and every week. It's a good play call because you're dialing up something that all 11 guys know in the back of their hand. And they go out, they get the execution needed to win this game.
They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The offense uses a timeout, 15 seconds left to play. They bring an extra DB onto the field as they try to stop this fourth quarter score. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch. Guess they wanted to make sure they rubbed a little salt in the wound here down the stretch.
And it's your job to stop it. Keep playing football. I like it when the offense keeps the foot on the accelerator. It's your job. If you don't like it defensively, do something about it.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Carter. He wants a big play here late. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. One more play to pad the stats. Back to pass on 2nd down. He's taking a deep shot. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes on.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really.
A chilly afternoon as we get set to tee it up here on EA Sports College Football. The stage is a neutral setting for this late season showdown. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Navy Midshipmen. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Back to you.
We'll see if they can handle the weather in this game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Brings a return out across the 25. Gets a couple of extra yards. He's stopped at the 27-yard line. The Irish offense will take the field to start this game. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about, all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
The Irish needing just inches for the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're in the gun, third down. Here's Carr. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Give to the fullback. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The give to the fullback. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. The midshipmen looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. Gets the back moving. Looking downfield, it's Woodson. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And the screen goes nowhere. They stop him for no gain on the play. They'll play it safe and try for 3. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it. Here come the Irish back on offense. Here's Carr to throw. Makes the grab. Pick up of 8. It's now 2nd and 2. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
Moving out to the right. Fires fires downfield. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Carr from the gun on third down. Fires to the big fella. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Carr. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Here comes the option. Now the pitch. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Remember, they missed a field goal on their last drive, but at the very least, they need to get back in field goal range here on third down. Run it with the fullback. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Using the quick game. Guys, we have a second here to talk about Navy. I'm sure you guys saw a great pickup in the backfield. 3-star running back gave a verbal last week. And getting good talent like this is really what programs at this level need. He'll take a shot. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
They get set for the point after. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. On the move from inside his 5. He gets a block. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Throwing, Carr. Moves away as he feels pressure. Bought a little time, lets it go. And that is incomplete.
Man, you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Back to pass, it's Carr. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Carr to throw for it on 4th. Takes a hit as he fires. Converts on 4th down. Still going. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Again, it's Carr. Stepping to the right. Gets rid of it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Notre Dame comes to the line that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. They're working that left side. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On the option. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period will be a second down. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll take it himself. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of the game.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Send the tight end in motion. Off play action on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And that's why everybody in college football is trying to recruit athletes like this to play the 4-3 defensive end position. You can find guys that can stop the run at defensive end, but how many are excellent pass rushers? How many have all the tools in their toolbox like this guy does? Not many.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bryant. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Navy will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
the first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for...
Lofts one high and deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Quarterback making checks. Fourth down, Carr. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. This offense has it with really good field position. Running inside. It's Bryant. They'll give him one to the 28-yard line. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll run the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The deep
going for it all. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Here's Carr to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Catch in the middle. It's Flanagan. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. The Irish have always been built on the run, but timely completions are important, like the great Tom Clements back in the day or John Ewert.
Got to be clutch, right? Got to be balanced and got to find those moments where you can thrive. It's always a system, it seems like, at Notre Dame where it's been built around the run game and it's built around physicality, but they got to get that element of balance to really take off and get to that next level.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're going to ride this running back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hands it off on the counter. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Carr fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Notre Dame comes to the line. That last completion giving them a fresh set of downs. Making side adjustments here. To the air. It's Carr. Unloads to the wideout. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The run inside. It's quiet. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down. And what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Looking to throw on first down. Unleashes one deep. And they can't quite hook up, trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the wideout. Got him, and nobody's close. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, midshipman.
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the first half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the second half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up. But you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a 2-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's tackled right there, but a good job to pick his way and find some room on that return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Throwing, Carr. Plucks it out of the air. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
Hey, who says hitch passes can't get big yards? Receiver catches it, makes a guy miss, and goes and gets a first down.
Looking to pass. It's Carr. Fires left. With the catch, it's Porter. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. This is going to be a tough field goal try. 55 yards and from the left hash. No good. And here in the third quarter, it is still a tie ball game. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We start with the Oklahoma State Cowboys taking on the Iowa State Cyclones. Bringing things back to your game, one more refresher on how the first half went down. This offense was a wagon in that first half. They got just about anything they wanted, and it's helped them build this lead. And if this continues, you can all but guarantee a victory. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Navy offense sails out, ready to go to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots and try to make some plays and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
The give to the fullback. Finding some room. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Navy comes to the line facing second and short. On the option. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. To throw, it's Woodson. Oh, they're after him. He gets away. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. They'll move the tight end. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Bryant. Last completion left him with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are. Quarterback keep, but nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Trying to pick it up on the ground. Inside the 35. He's loose. Touchdown, Navy! And that one will put him up here in the second half. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with that thrilling 46-yard run to pay dirt. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Pocket breaking down. And they got him.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense looking deep down the right side. He's got it way down the field. Down inside the 35. Stopped him at the 34, and what an electrifying play. You want to talk about flipping the script. They just did that with a huge play, and now they've got it 1st and 10 in plus territory. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Wide receiver going in motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Zings it complete to the right. Touchdown! Fighting Irish! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most
offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Checking in from the Navy sideline. One of the things I'm keeping my eyes on, guys, this quarterback is banged up. He has got so much wear and tear. Coming off that loss last week, he said it's been a challenging week of practice. And I can tell you early in this ballgame, this is something I'm going to keep my eyes on. How he is performing, moving under center, dropping back, and how his arm looks despite his banged up body. Back to you.
Holly, we'll see what kind of problems that might cause. Got a little grass. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on second and long. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Sticks it in his belly. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. This is a designed run. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll run the option. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Navy will have to punt it away. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Fires to the right. Pulls it in. It's Flanagan. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Notre Dame explosive in the passing game. Let's see what they do here. Might be changing the route. Here's Carr to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Tosses it incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Can't wait to see how this 4th quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They'll keep it on the ground. Makes it past the marker. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Trying to run, it's Mobley. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive.
He's got it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular spectacular execution there. There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively? Try to have success on third down.
From the gun on third down, Carr. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
They'll keep the kicker on the sideline, and the offense will try to break the tie with a fourth-quarter touchdown on fourth down. Carr to throw for it on fourth. Caught! And he just couldn't get started. Goes down behind the line of scrimmage, and they'll lose yardage on the completion. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. Oh, the ball is wiggled free near their own goal line. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. And he'll have to check his feelings after that lick, but he did get the first down. Now the offense has it first and 10 from its own 11. Goes to the option. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. At the end of that play, there is still a member of the Fighting Irish down on the field. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. Dropping back, it's Woodson.
What a nice job getting to the quarterback, getting the big sack, making sure he didn't have time to buy some more space, and he almost grabbed him and pulled him into the end zone. He almost got 2 points in a safety.
And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. Navy will have to punt it away. Had to hurry the punt a bit, but gets great distance. Slips through the line. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Here come the Irish back on offense. This defense will try to get the ball back for their offense, or at least prevent a score here late in the fourth. Pulls it, fired complete. Pickup of 5 is now second and 5.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Right on the money. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Quickly out to the tight end. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Running inside. It's Mobley. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Carr. Got the quick pass. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Carr. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, it's a good route by the wide receiver. He gets to the middle of the field. I think he just took his eyes off the football.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Look out. He's got room. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. They're in the gun, 3rd down. Here's Carr. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Right down the boulevard. Just over a minute to go. Drama is high, guys, to see if they can hold on to this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Midshipmen will get things going here on offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Tight end now in motion. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Here comes the heat. It's complete on the right side. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a 1st down. Back to throw, it's Woodson. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. The clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. And the offense just going to spike it here.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions. And no doubt, that's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
And this defense knows exactly the spot they're in, man. They are up. They've got their more defensive backs on the field. They're dropping back. You can tell they are taking away the deep ball. Nice job understanding situation, understanding play.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, is that sweet.
It's glorious. To be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media, it's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives